everybody, it's the Lawn Gnome, and welcome to your throwback day of June 2016. Just in case you're brand new to my channel, first of all, welcome. This is the time, once a month, where I really try to make sure that I am the true film appreciator that I am supposed to be. And that means watching films of old, watching newer films that are destined to become classics, that I probably may have missed in theaters or at least heard much about during awards time, as well as cult classics. And today we're going to be taking a look at one of the more recent films. As a matter of fact, it was the Best Picture Oscar winner for 2013. And it is the Steve McQueen, not the actor Steve McQueen, but the director Steve McQueen's film 12 Years a Slave, starring Chiwetel Ejiofor in probably one of the most heart-wrenching roles and even films that I have ever had to witness. What's the best way to describe 12 Years a Slave? To me, and please don't take offense to this, but this is the Schindler's List of American slave films. Everything from the honesty to the brutality and the true realism of slavery in the South before the Civil War was definitely one of the hardest films that I ever had to sit through, but I will say that it was worth every minute because it was one of the more amazing and engaging films that I ever saw. It's a brilliant story, too. Chiwetel Ejiofor plays a northerner black man named Solomon Northup. He is a prestigious man in his community, people like him, and he's a well-educated man, and one day when he's going for a constitutional, he gets met up with by these two gentlemen who appear to be circus performers of some kind, and after a night of having a good time, all of a sudden he notices that he is on his way into the southern slave trade. And then it's the next 12 years of his life where he's trying to get out of there and go back to his family in the North where he belongs. Everything about this movie screams perfection. The acting is phenomenal. It also has so many actors taking on roles that you never would have imagined. I mean, we've got a lot of British actors in this movie. We have got Benedict Cumberbatch, and probably in one of his most scariest roles ever, the great Michael Fassbender, who plays the brutal plantation owner who ends up taking Chiwetel Ejiofor's character and really showing us the brutality of the slave ownership of the Civil War. This guy really put it all out there into his performance. He even got nominated for an Academy Award for his performance, and believe me, I'm really surprised that he didn't win, because it was so amazing. Also had the fresh face to the movie scene Lupita Nyong'o as Patsy, who was one of the slaves that was owned by Michael Fassbender's character, and at the same time, he sort of had a love affair with her, and it was definitely one of the sadder parts of the movie, but she, again, like Michael Fassbender and everyone else in that movie, just poured her heart and soul into her character, and Patsy, to me, has become one of the most memorable characters in all of film. And the rest of the cast is fantastic as well. You've also got Paul Dano, who I absolutely love. You have a small role from Paul Giamatti, who plays the slave auctioneer. You also have, for a small point in time, Brad Pitt, who is one of the producers of this film, and I really appreciated the small screen time that he had. But everything about this movie, besides the acting, besides the story, the set decorations, the costumes, the fact that they were on the plantation and you were literally feeling the intense heat of the South, you were just glued to your chair through every single minute of this movie, just watching this story unfold. And you see some of the most uncomfortable moments, you see truly heartfelt moments, and especially when you get to the ending, you do get a happy ending, but in the end of the day, is it truly the happy ending that you wanted to see? Or is it the true happy ending that Solomon really thought that he deserved? Because after those 12 years, he truly comes back a changed man. And I will say this to you. This is a very intense movie. This may not be something that you'd be able to sit through, but this is definitely something, especially if you're a history buff or if you're a true film appreciator, this is one of those movies that is going to go down with the greatest films of all time, and it is destined to become a true Hollywood cinema classic. This is a movie that I won't see myself watching multiple times like I do like a movie with Back to the Future or Star Wars, but like Schindler's List, it's a very important film, and I'm pretty sure I will end up seeing it again. And this is not necessarily a movie that I would want to buy on DVD, but at the same time, it is a movie that I would consider buying on DVD for the sake of showing future generations this story and to get a true look at what slavery was really like, rather than just sitting and listening to it in a classroom lecture. I'm going to give 12 Years a Slave 4 out of 4. It's a brilliant film, worthy of Best Picture. If you haven't seen it, you must. You may not be able to sit through it, but believe me, you will forever be glad that you saw a movie that was just brilliantly put together as this one. And that concludes my review for today, and I appreciate the fact that you came to watch, so please put your comments in the box below, and let's have a discussion on 12 Years a Slave. And I'll see you in the next throwback when I review another classic film, and actions speak louder than words.